Alright everybody, so we got a really important topic to discuss today, although it can be a little dry, and that is the use of different arithmetic operators in Java. When it comes to programming, you gotta math sometimes. It's a pretty important topic. So let's start with some basic addition. In this demonstration, we will have three variables. X will equal 10, Y will equal 2, and Z will store the result. We'll declare it, but not yet assign it. So for basic addition, we'll store our result within Z. Z equals X for addition, you can use the plus sign, Y. What is 10 plus 2? Then we'll display it. We're storing the result within Z, which gives us 12. Then we have subtraction. Z equals X minus Y. 10 minus 2 is 8. Multiplication. For multiplication, we're going to use an asterisk. 10 times 2 is 20. For division, we use a forward slash. Z equals X divided by Y. 10 divided by 2 is 5. There's also the modulus operator, which is a percent sign. That would give you the remainder of any division. Z is going to store the remainder this time. X modulus Y. So modulus is a percent sign. 10 divides by 2 evenly, so the remainder is going to be 0. But if we divided 10 by 3, that doesn't divide evenly. 10 modulus 3 gives us a remainder of 1. The modulus operator is really useful if you need to determine if a number is even or not. Or when working with time, you need to see if something is divisible by 60 seconds or 60 minutes. We'll get more into that later, but you should at least know what the modulus operator is. Now we have something called augmented assignment operators. Instead of storing the result within Z, this time we're going to reassign the result to variable X. So let's say we would like to add 10 and 3 together, but store it within X. Well, we could say X equals X plus Y. This would technically work. So 10 plus 3 is 13. But there is a shortcut, though, that we could use, and that is by using augmented assignment operators. We'll condense some of these steps. Instead of saying X equals X plus Y, we'll simply say X plus equals Y, and that does the same thing. 10 plus 3 is 13. There's also subtraction. X equals X minus Y. 10 minus 3 is 7, but we could condense it to be X minus equals Y. That gives us 7. Or multiplication, X equals X times Y. 10 times 3 is 30, but we can condense it to be X times equals Y. That is also 30. For division, X equals X divided by Y. That gives us 3. Now one thing to pay attention to with division. Alright, so 10 divided by 3 should be 3.33 repeating, right? Well, we're using something called integer division. We're not able to store the decimal portion because we're working with whole integers. So that's something to pay attention to when you're using integer division. If we were working with doubles, then we would retain that decimal portion. So do pay attention to that. We'll discuss that in another video when it comes to typecasting. For the augmented assignment version, that would be X divided by equals Y. And let's change that to be 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Then we have the modulus operator. X equals X modulus Y. 10 divides by 2 evenly. X will be 0. The augmented assignment version of this would be X modulus equals Y. And that would also be 0. But if Y were 3, then that would be 1. Now we have increment and decrement operators. You see this a lot with looping structures. Let's say that X equals 1 this time. Instead of saying X equals X plus 1, which would give us 2, or even the augmented assignment version, which would be x plus equals 1. Well, there's even a shortcut for this if we're only incrementing by 1, and that is x plus plus. We're incrementing x by 1. You tend to see this in a lot of looping structures, but that's a topic for another day. Each time I increment x by 1, it's going to be retained. So now x equals 3. X plus plus, again, well now x is 4. Now there's also the decrement operator. X equals x minus 1. Of course, that's going to be 0 this time. So to decrement, you can use x minus minus. So now x is 0. Let's do it again. X minus minus. Now x is negative 1. X minus minus. X is negative 2. So those are the increment and decrement operators. You'll see these again when we reach the topic on loops. The last thing I need to discuss today is the order of operations, and there's an acronym, PEMDAS. It's parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, then subtraction, in that order. You may hear the phrase to remember this, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, but I like the phrase, please excuse my dope-ass swag. That's my version that I like to use. Let's say we have the equation double result equals 3 plus 4 times parentheses 7 minus 5 divided by 2.0. I'm dividing by 2.0 because right now we're using integer division, which we previously talked about. So I'm going to use 2.0 so we retain that decimal portion. Again, that's a topic for another day. Let's display the result. So I don't know what the result is, but it is 7.0. In what order do we solve this equation exactly? Well, we can use that acronym of PEMDAS. From the left to the right, we solve anything within parentheses first. So going from the left to the right, we skip over any addition, multiplication. We're looking for parentheses, which we have right here. If you enclose part of an equation within parentheses, you would solve that first. 7 minus 5 is 2. There's no more parentheses. Then we check any exponents. There are no exponents. Multiplication. Well, we have multiplication right here. We would solve that next. 4 times 2 is 8. There's no more multiplication. Then we have division. We have 8 divided by 2, which gives us 4. Then any addition. 3 plus 4 is 7. And that was our original result. And then you would do any subtraction last. So that is the order of operations when it comes to arithmetic operators. Alright everybody, so that is some basic arithmetic and different operators you can use in Java.